Today on Public Eye News, severe winter weather places northern Michigan in a state of emergency. Later, we'll have everything you need to know about the new ORV permits and fishing regulations taking effect today.
Coming up, Austin Graham will have your weather forecast, where we'll look into conditions for the next couple days. Later, he will also bring you today's sports breakdown. I'm Dylan Dubé.
And I'm Toby Camilli, and this is Public Eye News. The Mackinac Bridge is still closed today following the severe ice and snowstorms that wreaked havoc on the state over the weekend. The decision to close today was because of the hazardous falling ice that poses a safety threat to drivers, as you can see in the video. Maintenance vehicles are working on the bridge now, according to the Mackinac Bridge Authority's social media accounts. They have posted that the sunshine and warmer temperatures are helping in the process of shedding the ice from the cables and towers. Mackinac Bridge Director Kim Nowak posted a comment.
I've worked here at the Mackinac Bridge since 2002, and the ice you see behind me is some of the worst ice we've ever seen on the Mackinac Bridge. This ice is frozen now, but it's going to come down soon, and so we'll be closing the bridge.
At this time, there is no estimation on when the bridge will reopen. And along with the bridge closure, Mackinac County is one of 10 counties under a state of emergency. Governor Gretchen Whitmer issued this state of emergency amidst widespread tree damage, downed power lines, and hazardous roads. Thousands are still without power across the state. Declaring a state of emergency enables local emergency response and recovery plans in order to efficiently respond to the crisis. State efforts are being coordinated to address public safety across the peninsulas. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel is warning residents to be careful of scams following the extreme weather Michigan faced. As many communities are recovering from the damage caused by the passing storms, Nessel urges residents to watch out for deceitful contractors who often exploit situations like this. Nessel suggests that residents verify contractors, ask for written estimates, and avoid upfront payments. Nessel also prompted anyone donating to the cause to verify that the organization is legitimate and trustworthy.
Michigan education officials are criticizing a sudden federal funding change that they say will harm schools and students. State Superintendent Dr. Michael F. Rice and State Board of Education President Dr. Pamela Pugh expressed concern after the U.S. Department of Education abruptly moved the reimbursement deadline for COVID-19 relief funds from 2026 to March 28, 2025. The change was announced after 5 p.m. on Friday, March 28th, leaving state education agencies, including Michigan's, with no time to respond. Officials warned that the decision could jeopardize funding for pre-approved school projects across the state, which includes Marquette area public schools. And measles cases are surging in the U.S., with 483 confirmed infections across 20 states. The CDC reported 5 outbreaks this year so far, with 93% of cases linked to these clusters, a sharp increase from 2024. The highly contagious virus can be prevented with the MMR vaccine, which is typically given in childhood. To check immunity, the Marquette County Health Department recommends that people should review their vaccination records, contact healthcare providers, or get a blood test. Experts urge those unvaccinated to get vaccinated as soon as possible to help prevent further spread. And the Michigan Department of Transportation began a $5.2 million resurfacing project on US 41 from south of the M94 East Junction to north of Kunde Road in Scandia today, with major work expected to begin May 15th. The project, covering nearly 6 miles in Marquette County, includes asphalt resurfacing, drainage improvements, and guardrail upgrades. Traffic will be reduced to 1 alternating lane during construction, which is expected to conclude by September 15th. The Michigan Department of Transportation says that the project will enhance road safety and support 50 jobs. Now don't touch that dial. Austin will be right back with your weather report.
Asking tough questions to those in power.
Should Democrats supply their votes if it means avoiding a government shutdown?
Russia right now has you outmanned, outgunned. Is it time to think about a settlement?
And covering events as they unfold.
8 soldiers died in the second deadliest attack on Israeli forces of the war.
To see so many deaths in one place, it's not humanity.
PBS NewsHour and PBS News Weekend, every night on PBS and streaming.
Hey everyone, I'm Ken Burns. To make our film resources even easier to use, we've now created Ken Burns in the Classroom on PBS Learning Media. There you can find hundreds of video clips from our films, as well as lesson plans, activities, discussion questions, handouts, and interactives to help you integrate the films into your classroom instruction. I hope you find these resources helpful. Thanks for doing what you do.
In the 4th year of Changing Planet, we are focusing on 2 of the largest river restoration projects ever attempted.
What?
One urban,
the River Seine is undergoing a colossal detox.
One wild and remote.
These dams will be completely gone within a matter of months.
Everyone knows there's hope. It's big.
These are stories of ambition and action for our changing planet.
Welcome back to Public Eye News. I'm Austin Graham here with your weather update for today. Taking a look outside here on campus, you can see there's a couple of clouds in the sky. Overall, pretty sunny outside here on the campus of NMU. Now, if we take a look across the entire UP, which the eastern side is experiencing a winter weather advisory. We'll start off around the entire UP here. You can see it's pretty sunny for the most part. In Houghton, 43 degrees, Ironwood, 41. Down in Iron Mountain, they're seeing a couple of clouds with 36 degrees. Down in Menominee, 36, with the sun poking out there. Now, if we head to the other side of the Upper Peninsula, in Escanaba, you'll see that it is currently 34 degrees and sunny. Same situation there in Manistee. On the other side of the UP in the east at Sault Ste. Marie, 32 degrees with the sun poking out. And in our beloved Marquette, 38 degrees and mostly sunny. And if we take a closer look at these conditions, you'll see that the winds are coming out of the south at 10 miles an hour, and our barometric pressure is 30.19 inches and falling. Now, if we head into tonight, those conditions are going to change a little bit. We're going to see some more clouds in the sky with a low of 26, winds coming out of the southeast at 14 miles an hour with a moon phase of a waning crescent. And moving into tomorrow, we're going to see a rain and snow mix. The high will be 34, the low will be 27, and get ready for this. The winds will be coming out of the east-southeast at 30 miles an hour. Heading into the rest of the week here on Thursday, it'll be a high of 39, low of 27. Cloudy conditions are still going to continue. On Friday, a high of 43, low of 30, with the sun peeking out a little bit. Same situation on Saturday with a high of 40 and a low of 30. It's springtime in the UP, ladies and gentlemen. Brace yourselves for another storm. That's all I have for the weather. We'll send it back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you for that weather update, Austin. Nice to see some sunny conditions across the UP after all that snow. Now on to your statewide news. Starting today, all off-road vehicle riders in Michigan are required to have a 2025 ORV license and trail permit. The ORV license costs $26.25 and is necessary for riding on county and eligible roads, frozen public waters, and open state and national forests. A $10 trail permit is also required when using state-designated ORV trails or scramble areas. The ORV license and trail permit are both valid for 1 year. As a reminder, kids under 16 need adult supervision and an ORV safety certification to ride, and no one under 12 can cross roads on an ORV. And Michigan's 2025 fishing season is officially underway, with new regulations taking effect starting today. These changes include updated size limits for steelhead and muskies. Steelhead regulations have been adjusted on several streams, with some no longer requiring the 20-inch minimum size limit. For muskie, a new 50-inch minimum size limit has been introduced for Thornapple Lake and Lake Hudson to support the muskie population's growth. All anglers are encouraged to make sure they have a 2025 fishing license and to review the full 2025 fishing regulations to avoid any confusion. Now, Austin will be right back with your sports after this break.
Tune in to the heartbeat of the Upper Peninsula. At Public Radio 90, we're more than just a frequency on your dial. We're your trusted home for national public radio. Let our diverse blend of music be the soundtrack to your day. Public Radio 90, where community comes alive. Tune in and let your imagination soar. Join Nicole Walton every weekday morning from 6 to 9 with Morning Edition.
Maybe this time.
Liza Minnelli. Being born into Hollywood royalty, Judy Garland and Vincent Minnelli, doesn't make you a superstar.
Gather around, I got a story to tell.
Liza's gonna tell you the truly terrific, absolutely true story of how she did it. The highs, the lows.
It just was devastating.
And the people who helped along the way. Meet
Liza with the Z.
Liza on American Masters.
Tonight at 9 on WNMU TV.
Simple as can be, see Liza.
Welcome back. I'm Austin Graham, and this is your Public Eye Sports Report. Starting off on the field, the NMU women's lacrosse team split the weekend with a win over Davenport and a loss to Grand Valley. Friday's game against DU saw the Wildcats come out on top with a 9-6 decision as Josie Lukoski led the way with 6 goals on the night. Right behind her were teammates Maddie Bast and Hannah Jabas with 2 goals of their very own. Sunday's game, however, was a different story as the Cats fell to Grand Valley 11-10 in overtime. It was a battle for the ages between the 2 best teams in the GLIAC, but the 6-goal effort put forth by the Lakers' Ashley Roth was too much to handle. The Cats are back in action on Friday afternoon at Concordia St. Paul. Passing the baton over to track, the NMU track and field team had 3 seniors come in first place to kick off their outdoor season. Skylar Grubb was the first to cross the finish line in the 5,000-meter run with a time of 18 minutes and 18.46 seconds. Crystal Walker opened her senior season in the 100-meter hurdles with a victory, clocking in with a time of 14.7 seconds. And finally, Anna Larson dominated the 400-meter hurdles with a time of 1 minute and 4.15 seconds. The track and field team will be in action again on Saturday as they'll head to Oakland University to compete in the Golden Grizzly Invite. And shipping things over to the greens, the NMU men's and women's golf teams have completed the first round of the Flyers Spring Invite. The men's team currently sits at 9th while the women are in 8th place after both squads played 18 holes. As for the men, Tyler Anala and Walter Yolalato shot a 78 or +6 for the opening round. The women's side saw Maggie Pietla shoot an opening round 82, just 9 shots behind leader Elaine Grant of Illinois Springfield. The women's team shot an 18-hole opener of 345, while the men shot 318. The tournament continues with its second round today on the campus of Lewis University. And ending things with the gridiron, NFL team owners have voted to change the league's regular season overtime rules. The new changes match the overtime rules that the NFL has implemented for the playoffs. Now, this means that both teams will get a chance to have possession of the football, even if the opposing team's offense scores a touchdown in the opening drive. So in a nutshell, this means that a regular season game will not end under sudden death rules. The new rule also changed the length of overtime, changing from 15 minutes to 10 minutes. Additionally, owners were set to vote this week on the potential ban of the tush push, but that proposal has now been pushed back until May. And that's all I have for sports. Sending it back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks for that sports report, Austin. And how about that lacrosse team, Toby? Geez, heartbreaker against Grand Valley.
They're sure on a tear. That was a close game, but they're a really good team, and I think they'll bounce back. Well, I hear you have a couple more stories for us, Dylan.
That I do. Let's jump right in. Back streets, back. All right. NMU will be hosting the infamous lip sync battle tonight at the Northern Center Ballrooms. Registration is free for all. The doors open at 6:30 p.m., the battle commencing at 7, and the event will last 2 hours until it concludes at 9 p.m. And Michigan State Police posts in Sault Ste. Marie, Iron Mountain, and Calumet are collecting new and gently used purses filled with comfort items for sexual assault survivors throughout April. Donations, including toiletries and hygiene products, can be dropped off Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. All contributions will remain in the local community to support those in need.
Are you going to attend the lip sync battle, Dylan? Sounds like you have some bars there.
Yeah, I might have to bust out the pipes for some Chappell Roan and Taylor Swift, get the Pink Pony Club going.
Those are some very solid choices.
Yeah, what would you sing in the lip sync battle if you had a choice?
I might have to choose some Taylor Swift.
Shake It Off.
Shake It Off, very good.
Blank Space.
Blank Space. Well, that's all the time we have for Public Eye News today. I'm Toby Camilli.
And I'm Dylan Dubé.
And we'll see you next time.
The preceding program was produced by WNMU-TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television, in studios located in Elizabeth and Edgar Hardin Hall.